you know, there's a sad part that we need to know. The money from West is not flowing into India. Do you guys know that? There will be very less jobs in the future. Things are going to shift towards AI. Things are no more going to be like before it was. Because the funds are not flowing from West. There's governments that are changing. There's difference in government policies before how. Now that Trump administration have taken over things, you could see a shift into the policy of how the governments are seeing things now. They want to keep things to their own country. There was a time when, our fathers would want to fly. Even there's a time when even we guys want to fly outside. But, the governments are changing. The West is no more interested, onto getting into different things. If I give you a very brief idea, Ukraine is very afraid of US. Why? Because all that war funding has been happening because of US. USA has been funding all the war. And it will eventually stop in the Trump administration because there's a shift in the policy. The shift in how government is seeing things now. So if I give you a very good idea, the funds are stopping from US, they want to keep it to their country. Now when there are no startups, when there are no companies outside India willing to come to India, how do you think things will change? How do you think there will be more jobs in the market, somebody employing you? That is why I say the American dream is dead for. It's no more that American dream that we're trying to live. It's the Indian dream. When India has the capacity of being self-sufficient, where India has the capacity of generating entrepreneurs, where India has the capacity of generating amazing think tanks, this change in things how are being done. When few years back, 10-20 years back from now, when there was a different government entirely, the policy was very bad and people used to not really respect Indian passport. We had a very less value for our own passport. But today if you walk into any European country, if you walk into US, if you walk into UK, there's a different way how they see it Indians. They see Indians as good people. They see Indians as, somebody very simple who will send out a lot of foreign remittances to their own home country, but they are not somebody who would loot or do something bad to their economy. So this shift has happened because of change in government policy, and when there is a change in the government policy that is happening, why can't we be part of this story? Why can't we take the advantage of this story and do something in our lives? Right? If you see all the Indian companies that are hiring today, HCL Tech, Infosys, you name it, any other company, if you see the kind of packages that they're offering, they're just looking for people who can do the technical job. But how many are the high value jobs that they are hiring? Very few. They're only looking into the packages like 3 to 5 or 10 most probably for the freshers. Why do you think this is happening? Because we are getting into the outsourcing market. These companies are outsourcing, bringing it into India and getting things done. That's why when I'm saying that the funds are not flowing through West, do you guys have an idea about Silicon Valley here? Anybody? Silicon Valley from US? Anybody? Cool. The Silicon Valley in US has one of the banks that recently got bankrupt. And a lot of the funds of the startups is stuck into that. Do you guys know about this? The startup bubble that we saw, while if you see in 2016 and all, there was a lot of hiring that was happening on a very higher package scale, but now there's a drop. Why? Because the funds were flowing from West to India. And now that has gone down to a smaller scale. That has gone down to a much lesser scale where only Indian companies are hiring. And why not some new startup names that we see? That has been the change in the market. That has been the difference that is there. And as we see the change in the government policy that we see today, things are driving in a different zone. And as the world is going towards a war zone, it is very much a need for this country to be self-sufficient. It is the need of this country to build entrepreneurs, to do things that are different. That's not something that is happening, guys. Right? If you look into the startup culture that Bangalore has, it has been crazy. The number of startups that Bangalore has generated, the kind of startups that we have from Chennai, we have from even UP is doing quite well in the startup zone. Do we see Hyderabad going down? So it is pretty much the requirement for today's time where we actually look into doing something of our own, generating something within this country. Why can't we set up a company in India that does the offshore work right from here? Is it a rocket science to do? No. Right? So first thing, like I was telling, get exposure to things, build an initial skill set for yourself through your college clubs, communities and all of that. Then eventually look into things on how you could commercialize what exists in the market. Try to find a problem, because while I was in my job, I found that there is a gap in the industry, that a lot of smaller companies or smaller brands do not have marketing and branding services for them, and they're very poor at it. People cannot afford having their marketing department of own. Something like getting a designer, getting a content writer, getting a social media manager, all of that is a very hard work to do. So a lot of these companies were actually looking to outsource business to companies that do this kind of work. So at Flecker, basically what we do is the same. We offer these social media management services, we offer these websites and all of that, and it's comparatively very easy, and there's a lot of scope in this industry if I'm talking about from a very digital perspective, right? So find a problem, try to find people around you who could probably be part of this journey. If you can identify, maybe you're good at marketing, if you have some marketing skills, you have some good designing skills, branding skills, you be the person behind the branding part. Let somebody build a technical product. Somebody's good in coding and all. Your friend probably could be a good person to start this. Look into that. Look into him if he can code things for you. You together can build a product, right? You together can build a product that would work. The next thing is, when you start off, I don't say that you would probably land into being a successful startup. That's very hard to do. It's not easy to find any problem and finding a solution to it by yourself. It's a hard thing to do, and even if you found it, it's going to be hard to execute it. So it's fine, guys, if you even fail in your startup, because the kind of experience that you get as a startup founder, that will be pretty unique and different than what your friends are probably doing. People around your age, what they are doing, what kind of experience they would have, that would be entirely different. So just try it out. When you go out trying to build your venture, you would eventually come down to many things. You will get an exposure to things that are difficult to do, and you would just get the exposure that is needed. And then when you build that experience with all the kind of right skill sets that are needed, you start off with something, you would eventually progress into something, right? The next thing is, like, you have a college incubation center where you could probably submit an idea, an idea that you saw probably had some potential to solve. You could pitch them that idea. You can share them about this idea. I need some support on that. It's well and fine if you could do it by yourself, or if you need some help, you could probably even reach out to your college, right? And you could work on that idea. They'll support you on the funding end. They'll support you on the the guidance that is needed, the mentorship that is needed. You would probably get that from them, right? So you could actually reach out to these people and share them the idea, pitch them, and you could eventually begin from there, where your college will help you into setting up, if there is a need for patent, they'll help you with that, or they'll connect you to somebody who is into IP and they can get you a patent for your product. If there is somebody who needs help with a brand registration thing, they can help you get a trademark, they can help you get your company registered, they can do it. And it's all possible. It's not a big deal anymore to register a firm. It's not a big deal to set up your own company, start off with something. It's not that difficult anymore. There's so many service providers out there already, and it's pretty easy. Once you found a solid solution to a solid problem, and if you think, all in, I can go on to this and do something, then you should probably start working on it. And then once your college incubation center feels this idea is good enough to be worked upon, you can eventually get it registered and then go into the market. There's a kind of hand-holding that you would get, if you are unable to do it by all yourself. I do not have an incubation center that I walked up to help me understand these things. I figured out a lot by myself. I did a lot of research by myself. But you will get all this kind of information that is available within your college, right? So you can just walk up to them, tell them that this is something that I want to do. Amazing startups like Zomato, amazing startups like Swiggy and all came from colleges. They were a very basic, pretty idea that food delivery has to be an easy option, and they did it, right? So you could start off, you could work upon that idea, go ahead in that venture. Even if the venture fails, do you think that any recruiter would ignore you just because you did a startup? No. That would add a lot of value in your portfolio. That would add a lot of value in your own resume, that you were the one who were initiative about this. You were the one who took initiative to do something what your peers did not do or did not have the courage to do. You would be the one to do that. So that is something that will eventually help you get somewhere in life, right? And trust me, when you want to even raise funding, when you have exposure of this sort, when you have awareness about things like these, you are put on a different parameter. You're seen on a different scale. You're not seen as a teenager. You're seen in a different way. I have all my friends who are not of my age. I sit with people who are more than 40 years of age. I sit with people who are in their 30s. I sit with people who are more than of my age, maybe around 50s and all. And how do I get meetings with them? It's because of that potential that they see with me, that this guy has that courage to walk out, to work upon his idea, to think about something. He had the conviction. I see the conviction in this guy. And that's how they support. So the very idea of doing something like this will eventually begin with a very simple idea that has to be channelized in a right way. And if you as a founder have that conviction, you can make it. So this is the pathway of how you could probably get started with your entrepreneurial journey. And I would just want to end my talk here. If you have any questions or queries that you would probably want to ask, you could mail me at ceo@flecker.com. You can send a mail, or probably you can even connect with me on my LinkedIn. It's Ridvik Dharamgar. you can just find me on LinkedIn. We can connect and discuss more in detail. I hope this session has added some kind of value to you guys.
Guys, the mic will be passed. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Please raise your hands. If you have questions, please raise your hands.
You have started your own startup, Flickr. Then how you went through the process of acquiring some people into your company? Are they your friends or how you came about that?
Finding like-minded people. See, one of the things that I did was, it's very hard. Not all of your friends will be into startups. Okay, that kind of mindset, not everybody will have. So if you have that kind of mindset, what you should be probably doing is, you should be meeting with people who are like-minded. One thing is that you go to the networking meetings that happen outside your college. Okay, there is Eventbrite, meetup.com and all of these things. You could probably visit there and be part of events where, more of like non-founders and all come in. So more sort of startup like-minded people would come. You should probably go into places. Second thing, if you're in your college, look into entrepreneurship development cell or business incubator. You will find people who are, interested into startups. So initially, if I talk about how I got people interested in my company, one of my former boss actually was a CEO for Usmania University. Right after I left from my job, he was next heading the incubation center. So in an incubation center, there are a lot of activities that are happening. They invite entrepreneurs. Even the students who are into this, they will have a lot of interest into doing something or trying something. So these kind of people can be your potential initial employees or interns and all of that. You could reach out to those people, tell them, hey, this is my idea. I'm doing so and so thing. Would you be interested in working? I think there's more chance of getting a yes from people like that than your friends, because not everybody has friends like that who are interested in doing a startup. So that is something that you can do. I hope you understand. Yeah. Yeah. So one thing that really worked out for me was having some experience working in this industry, right? Like I told you, while I was initially working on things, I was good with my communication, I was good in networking, I was good in presenting things. So already I have designer as a, I have experience as a designer. I already have experience with some sort of skills. So I had some past work to talk about, right? So even when I was approaching companies for internships, I used to design something, an imaginary brand, and then approach them. So there was more possibility of them hiring me than me going blank to them. So if you are going, like how I got my initial client was, I had some sort of sample websites done initially. I had some sort of communication that was done in the past. So I had that work references that I showed to them. What, boss, this is what I did in my past. This is the kind of work. If you like it, we could do it. We could do the same for you. So then when he got the conviction that, I can trust him with all my marketing secrets. See, there is no business that will have secrets, if I tell you very simple. If I want to market your college, I would look into a few things. I know the branding, marketing strategies and all. I would look into a few things like what ranking your college has, how your website would look, how your social media would look. The few things that I already know. So I have the awareness about my own product or service, right? So when you are getting into this ring, you have to have idea about your own product or service in very detail. Like anybody is asking question, you will get. And that's how eventually, when when you don't have an idea for things, when you're starting off, it will be pretty blank, I agree. But as soon as people start communicating, they share their ideas with you. That this is what it is, like this. why should I trust you and all of that, all the questions they would ask, you will not have an answer with you at that moment. But later point when you're exploring, you would know the answers as you are trying to figure out. So firstly, whatever product or service that you're delivering, talk to people, talk to your initial customers. When you're getting idea with the initial customers, you will eventually be confident enough to pitch them. And once one customer comes in, he will market you for 10 others if your product and service is good. That's how it works. I hope I answered the question. Yeah.
You have definitely left us inspired and ready to take on new challenges. Now I request Dr. Sarita ma'am, EDC coordinator, and Mr. T. Srinivas Reddy sir, IIC coordinator, for felicitating Mr. Rudvik. I also request all the EDC and IIC faculty coordinators to please join along with them.
Please, all IIC and EDC members, please, department wise, please come. And along with them, please come student innovation ambassadors also, please, onto the stage. 20 innovation ambassadors are there here, department wise. Please come here. All second year students of MREC. Myself, Dr. T. Srinivas Reddy, Institutions Innovation Council Coordinator, and Dr. P. Sarita ma'am, ADC Coordinator, Entrepreneurship Development Cell. I think everyone knows about our these three cells: Institutions Innovation Council, Business Incubation Center, and as Entrepreneurship Development Cell. Recently, I would like to discuss few achievements of our MREC and in front of our Rudvik Garu. Why? Because our students started their journey. The main motto of conducting this National Entrepreneurship Day for second year students, just because to motivate them, it will take 2 years to become an entrepreneur, right? So past two achievements, outcome of our IIC Institutions Innovation Council, last 4 years we are getting the highest star rating in entire India, 4 out of 4 star rating. And the outcome of this event conduction, 2 ideas selected for MSME. I think everyone might apply the MSME ideas, right? So Mr. Ganesh Rao, CSC, now he is final year. You are super senior, right? 15 lakhs funding from MSME. And after that, now from civil, Mr. Chandrasekhar, right? Gumadi Chandrasekhar from civil department. I also got 15 lakhs funding from same MSME, right? So these are the 50 lakhs funding from MSME government agency, not any private agency, government agency we got, right? So they are the achievements, and from that we got the Business Incubation Center as a host institute. So this time also we got almost 136 ideas for MSME. But unfortunately this MSME has given restrictions, provide only 50 ideas. That's why we got many struggles to make 50 out of 136. The best 50 ideas we submitted for MSME. Of course, November 6th was the last date. We completed that successfully, and I hope maximum ideas may select in this. Expect the students will get more benefit from this, right? And apart from this, I would like to invite all the students. So we started from 20 innovation ambassadors this year. Every year we are encouraging 20 students every year, right? So each and every department we are encouraging students to come for this innovation, incubation and entrepreneurship programs. Try to attend the programs. At least out of this 1,000 students or 15 students, at least 10 or 20 members if they go for become a startup founder or entrepreneurs. So we are going to reach our targets. And I would like to invite Dr. P. Sarita ma'am to discuss about this program today.
Good morning all. We have assembled here for a small webinar like thing, but it has become a successful story of a young entrepreneur, Mr. Rudvik. So I think you have understood his journey of entrepreneurship. We have three important cells working on innovation and entrepreneurship in our college. One is Entrepreneurship Development Cell, the coordinator of which is myself, Dr. Sarita. Then we have an Innovation Cell, wherein Dr. Srinivas Reddy, he is the coordinator for it. And the third one, we have an MSME registered Business Incubation Center. Now all these three cells support you in case if you have an idea and you want to convert that idea into a startup. A startup is nothing but you just want to go for establishing an industry by yourself, an industry or a company. So in that case, there will be support like mentoring, how you have to go for establishing your own company. You have lots of hurdles. And I don't think no bank will support you without you have any skill set. No bank will give you loan. So all these things, what all things or what eligibility criteria you require to start a company will be given. That guidance will be given by these three cells. So if you have any idea regarding any topic, let it be any topic. So you can just come to these cells and we'll be supporting you in all the other ways. Okay? So you have any ideas right now? Any of you? Almost we have conducted a few hackathons in our college also, like MSME Idea Hackathon, then we had a Smart India Hackathon. So most of you might have participated in those hackathons also. Now these hackathons, their main aim is to support you in mentoring as well as funding also. So we can show you how you can attract investors like pitching and all these things can be taken care by these three cells. So in case if you have any idea right now or in future, please come to these cells, we will be supporting in all the ways. And if you want any guidance regarding like outside skill set, like we can invite other guest persons or any services, you are most welcome to come and ask us if you need any of these services also. Any questions till here? No? No? At least this word you can say it loudly. Hand raise చేయమంటే ఇంతవరకే రేస్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఇంతవరకు రావట్లేదు. ఇలా వస్తేనే కదా మీకు కనిపించేది, చేయి మొత్తం వస్తేనే కదా, హాఫ్ వరకే వస్తుంది. All the girls only till here, but you have beautiful hands, you can raise them when you know something, right? I would like to introduce our student innovation ambassadors. Actually, we have this IIC cell which is taking care of making the students as well as faculties as innovation ambassadors. So we have a training on that. So this year, this cell even has started student innovation ambassador training. So under that, we have trained almost 20 innovation ambassadors. Please come here from all the departments.
Now I would like to introduce first IIC and EDC members of faculty. From Civil Department, Naga Sai Babu sir. From AAA Department, Marimuthu sir. And Sarala ma'am. From Mechanical Department, Bharadwaja sir. And Dr. Venkatadipti ma'am. If any ideas are there, discussing about mechanical specific department, she is a coordinator, right? If you have any idea, please come to us. If we are not available, you can also be in touch with ma'am. Like I am inviting all the students, go and meet your respective faculty members. IIS and EDC members are there, and if you don't have time, you can also meet your, I will introduce student innovation ambassadors also soon, right? Next from ECE, Dr. Seema Sahu ma'am and Gayatri ma'am. So if you are not in a position to meet you, you can interact with these people. So they are always available with the department, right? You can interact with those people. Next from CSC, Uday Franklin sir. So I think big department of entire MRDU, CSC department. But fortunately we have only one member is going to take care of all the students. And recently one big achievement from MRDU, Idea Boot Camp, almost 25 students he brought to Chennai, Bangalore, right? For 10 ideas selected for this. Out of the 10 ideas, the 10 teams, 4 teams from ECE and 6 teams from CSC, right? So I would like to encourage those students. They participated in a 6-day, 5-day program there. Right. Next from IT department, Shravani ma'am. She is taking care of IT and well as AML both. BTech AML, not CS AML, BTech AML. CSIT, IT, AML, 3 departments. Next from mining, Vasala Vinod Kumar sir. So if any mining students are, please have interaction with him. We can coordinate with you regarding this. Next from AML, Jagannath Reddy sir. Okay. Next data science, Sirisha ma'am. Next IoT, Pratusha ma'am. Yes. Pratusha ma'am here. So any IoT students, we can interact with her. Cyber security, Rabia ma'am. Rabia ma'am also here. From HNDS also we have first year, but we don't have any first year students here. That's why I don't want to introduce them. Next, I would like to introduce your classmates, right? Student Innovation Ambassadors. From Civil, D. Ganesh. If you have any interaction, you can also interact with this Ganesh, all our second years. Next from Tripoli, V. Manohar, and last B. Dinesh. From Tripoli, 2 members are there. And from Mechanical, Jeshwant K. Please raise your hand. Next, AK Jagat Kumar. Next from ECA, P. Nikita. Next, ECB, Rushi Venkata Trinath. Next, ECEC, A. Pavan. Next from CSA, Rathod Chetan. And CSEC, P. Dinesh. And from CSEC, Pratham Sharma. And CSED, Shivaram Reddy. IT, Kushal. Rayarapu Kushal and well as Sarvesh Reddy, IT. And from CSM, AML Maniteja and Faisal bin Khuram. And CSD Data Science, Pujita and Dharmadeja. And from IoT, Sai Ratna Sindhuja and well as Akhilan. So these are the 20 members. They have completed foundation level and well as advanced level training successfully. I can give guarantee that they know better knowledge than you regarding innovation, entrepreneurship and well as startups. So please encourage your ideas to discuss with these people. They are going to help you out. We are having business incubation center too. If you have any idea, so please come and stay there. We are going to give permission to work there in BIC. So we can happily work from morning to evening or either morning session or well as evening session. Right? Thank you.
Internship or something, you could reach out to us. I would like to give a special shout out to Sai Tarun, Ronanki of IoT second year. He'll be in his classroom. You can probably reach him out if you want to get an internship in our company. Yeah, please join me on the stage. Yeah. You know, he came back into my office, 8 months back. And at the time, he did not really have idea about designing or branding or anything else in detail. But I must say this today in front of all of you, 1400 people present here, that he has learned branding, marketing and everything within 8 months. He's done wonderful, beautiful websites, all of that for our company. And he's worked with some of the big brands that we deal with. So if you guys want to get an internship, he'll be the point of contact. You can reach out to him asking for an internship. Right after the college hours, after 6:30 or something, he comes into the office and he's in the office till 10:30 or so, working very hard on things like that. And we really appreciate talent like that to join our office. So a big round of applause for this guy. And he's the one who actually got me here. He just made a call that Rudvik, there's this event that is happening in our college. Can you come? And I was like, sure, why not? So big round of applause for this guy. Please do reach out to him. He'll be there. Which year you are in? Second year, right? Second year IoT. Just in case you want to reach out to him for an internship, you can. Through him, you can work with us. So it's been an amazing day here, guys. You've been a lovely audience. Would want to come again here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ritvik, for coming all through here and giving us an insight about your successful journey. Students, this is the last one I would like to say you. Please, if you all have any idea and you have dreams of starting a company, just reach us and you will be having lot of people who can support you. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
One is this anchor, Mr. Chandu. He was campus ambassador from IIT Bombay. And one more student from ECE, P. Nikita. She is a campus ambassador, entire MRDU campus ambassador from IIT Madras. See, being a IITian, how much knowledge they should have. So they started their journey from second year. I will give guarantee that after completion of their final year, definitely they may reach to another level. They may not depend on software jobs. Definitely, we are encouraging maximum instead of going for software job. Please go for at least one small startup. We are going to provide funding for that also. We have angel investors, venture capitalists, and well as we have DPIIT startups also. Till now in our college, in MREC, we are having 25 startups. Out of the 25 startups, 16 startups are DPIIT recognized startups. So where we can expect 10 lakh rupees for each startup. Every 5 startups, they are going to give 50 lakhs funding for that. But you need to prove that your innovation and that innovation should be a unique startup. Right? So thank you for attending this National Entrepreneurship Day. I hope a couple of years you should become entrepreneurs, at least startup founders. So lastly, I would like to thank Mr. Rudvik coming from Flecker, being a small age, but being this age, you never expect such type of founders with less age. So I hope everyone should think of these startups and entrepreneurship and come with new ideas. We are going to encourage your ideas, and your coordinators will be there and your student coordinators also there. So next year I will also introduce 20 more members for Innovation Ambassador training. So thank you everyone. Thank you all the coordinators and third year coordinators and student innovation ambassadors, IIC and EDC members, system admin and as a media, our MREC media, MRG news channel. So thank you, Center of Excellence, and last but not least our dynamic principal sir. So thank you for giving this opportunity to conduct the program on National Entrepreneurship Day under IIC activity. So thank you everyone. Thank you very much.